welcome to the video. Today we're doing a shoulder workout. We'll be doing a top 5 shoulder exercises today. So just the ones that I'd recommend. And I usually do this at the end of the video, but if you haven't already, subscribe. We are very close to 10,000 subs, which I never thought would ever happen, but it was like my goal for this year to hit 10K, and it's October, so I think we'll hit it.
Solid.
But yeah, we're like 10.7 now, around there. But,
9?
10, huh?
9.7 you mean?
I mean, sorry, 9.7, yeah, that's right. But yeah, and then at the end we'll do a physique update. I haven't done like any posing for you guys for a while. Definitely need to practice more men's physique poses anyway. So we'll be doing that, and yeah, see you inside. Not much to update, I guess.
Still 160?
Yeah, I'm telling you, last video I said already, like my body will not, it refuses to go over 160. So I'm just like right at 160, and I think it's gonna take a few weeks for me to break that plateau. Yeah. But my coach just says keep pushing the food, and my genetics might allow it.
That's true. How many calories are you eating?
Right now about 3,400. 6 meals a day, 3,400 calories. My body just will not. But I mean, you can always eat more, you know, but like I don't want to
push it too quick, dude.
I want to make sure it's mostly muscle, you know what I mean? Like I could increase it to 4,000 and just go dirty bulk mode, but there's really no point, you know? Yep. Yeah, some people think that like when you're gaining weight on a bulk and you dirty bulk, it's all muscle, but then you cut down and you didn't, you know, gain anything. Yep. And you end up losing muscle when you cut. So like, it's really just patience, you know, enjoy the process. So with these, when I go down and I extend up, you notice that I kind of put my head through the center so I can get more of the lateral delt. The further back you are, the more front delt / chest you're gonna get. Yeah, so back to 135. So as you guys know, I'm natural. I definitely feel like I'll look extremely natural, especially wearing like a pump cover or like, you know, oversized tee. Like I literally do get people asking me like, or like stating that it looks like I don't work out. Especially like family, like grandparents and parents, they're like, oh, it doesn't look like you've been working out, like when I wear like oversized stuff, you know? Yep. But then like literally when I like remove it, have a pump, I get the opposite question, like, oh, are you natural? You know what I mean? That's like what happens when you're natural, is like you don't look natural wearing clothes, and then you take your shirt off and everyone's like, oh, he's on steroids. Like that's literally like the life of a natural. Because you can't be like huge and shredded at the same time unless you have God-given genetics. Like I have really good genetics, but there's only so much I could do. I only weigh 160 pounds. And some, you know, most people assume or guess that I'm 180. If I ever have people guess my weight, they usually think 180. And then I've literally weighed this much for like over like 5-6 years now. 150 to 160, like it's gone up and down, and it's just so hard to push it, you know. Usually I just give people my stats. Hey, you know, you're not natural. I'm like, well, I've been training 10 years. I have good genetics. I'm only like, you know, I'm really light. So, but you know, there's pros and cons to being natural. I mean, I've never heard anyone who is taking steroids promote it or like tell people to take them. They usually end up regretting it, you know what I mean? Because it all comes down to longevity. When you go off the steroids, you know, you go back to your natural state, and it just, you get withdrawals. And then it completely defeats the purpose of why you started in the first place. We all start fitness to be healthy, you know? So like, I look at it in the long term, and in the fact that if I would ever take steroids, there's no going back, basically. So it's always worth it. Done with these. I'll do lateral raises now. yeah, I guess I can say we're doing next. So we're doing lateral raises, dumbbell lateral raises with lighter weight, but I'm aiming on kind of bringing the dumbbell a little higher. Not like all the way to the top, but like instead of here, we're going here, just to get that extra contraction of the shoulder. I've noticed it helps a lot. So obviously you have to go lighter when you do that. We're doing a lot of drop sets and high reps with these. So the triple drop, 20s down to 15s, down to 10s, and aiming for 10 reps on each set. So basically no rest with all 3 of them. And then once you're done with all 3, rest a couple of minutes and do it again. The shirt, by the way, is from Jet North. It's inside out. Isn't it great?
Yeah, dope shirt, dude.
It's a pump cover. What does it say? I don't know. I don't know what does it say.
I don't know. It's dope.
I get those compliments or those comments daily on my Instagram and YouTube shorts and stuff. People are just saying I'm not natural. Instead of like arguing with them about it, I just say thanks for the compliment and leave a little smiley face and just move on. I've never had anyone like respond to that. They just like leave me alone.
Yeah, bro, it pisses them off.
Literally the best compliment you can get though, you know?
True.
I'm glad I look unnatural as a natural. So we'll do these at the same time. Lateral raise. So you just grab the opposite side. This is my number 3 recommended shoulder exercise. So yeah, another con to being natural is it takes so much longer to build muscle compared to when you're enhanced, because when you take steroids, it literally just speeds up the time frame you can build muscle. But when you take steroids, you can lose it as fast as you can gain it. So when you go up, you're gonna lose it so fast. When you're natural, sure, it takes longer, but you can maintain it longer. So, you know, I prefer to be natural because, you know, if I take a break, something like that, I'm not gonna lose everything, you know, I can maintain it longer. So that's probably why I looked like this for so long. I've been able to maintain it easily for years and years, you know, and just very slow progress, 1%, like literally every year, but you know, it adds up. So you can go all the way back on my Instagram for my first post. I look pretty much how I do now, but right now, like, I actually got the diet down, so I look better and maybe gain a couple more pounds of muscle. But you know, in the end, it's totally more worth it in my opinion. That would be my worst nightmare, like hopping on something at like, you know, 18 or even like 16, 17. And like there's literally no going back, you know what I mean? And you don't even know your true like natural potential either. So it's like if you ever do hop on something, like wait until like your late 20s, you know, when you know like you're not gonna get any better. And that's literally after a decade of, you know, training naturally.
Yeah.
So you know how to train, you got the diet down. And then the last resort would be to hop on something if you really want to take it further. But people literally hop on it before they even know anything about training, diet, and it just ruins their life, you know? They get horrible acne, horrible side effects, and then they just lose it. And, you know, just ruin their whole gym experience for, you know, a couple more pounds of muscle. Probably the stupidest thing you could do.
Yeah.
There's pros and cons. I mean, I know when people do hop on it, they literally feel like Superman. Like, they feel like they're on top of the world.
Yeah.
And you could tell, you know, their confidence goes up, but then, like, I know people who abuse them and they go off it and they have withdrawals, and it's like, it totally backfires.
Yep.
So I like to just grab, I don't use handles for these, I just use the cable itself. Because with these you can focus on bringing your pinky up. The more you rotate your pinky, the more lateral delt it's gonna get. If you rotate it and supinate it, you're gonna get more anterior delt, like this, which feels kind of weird.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, focus on bringing your pinkies up, you'll get more lateral. 3 sets, 10, and then on the third set, add a drop set. So 10 reps, and then burn out, basically with the drop set as many as you can. Each set, when you hit 10, should basically be a burnout, like as many as you can, up to 10, like 10 rep max. So. Yeah, I made sure I did a lot of activities. I literally was in band, cross country, soccer, track.
Dang.
I did drama. I was like in all those little cliques in
That's
school.
sick.
So
Yeah,
like,
dude, that's good.
Yeah.
And then you could dedicate it to some bodybuilding later down the line.
Right. Yeah, I really wasn't. I mean, I went to the gym, but like I wasn't.
It wasn't your life.
It wasn't my life, and I wasn't, missing out on anything because of it.
Mm-hmm.
So this is exercise number 4. We're doing rear delts. It's the reverse pec deck. Posterior delts are just as important as any other part of the shoulder. Luckily for me, I actually think my rear delts are one of my best body parts. Like
Yeah, it is.
most people it's underdeveloped, but I'm pretty lucky. I guess I have pretty well developed rear delts, but I still train them pretty often.
Yeah.
So don't forget the rear delts. Yeah, I have a close friend who went on steroids and kind of abused them a little bit. Went on Tren, which is like literally the most powerful one. But with Tren, like you see the most results, but then it has the most side effects, of course. But I was pretty jealous. He literally, like, his strength just shot through the roof. His physique was just unreal. Literally just after like a couple months on it. And you kind of do feel a little bit left out in a way. You get a little bit of that, it's a little bit of jealousy in a way. But then this is the opposite too, because like, you have to take a break. You can't just be on Tren your whole life. So you go off, you know exactly when they go off. Especially when you watch people on YouTube. They prep for a competition and they have to, blast and cruise. You know exactly when they're off and when they're on. Like it's just a switch. So being natural, you don't have that roller coaster. So you can just maintain it longer. You don't have to have that fluctuation of hormones. It can really affect your mood and the side effects are bad. So lots of pros and cons. So we're finishing off on this machine. I call it the chicken wing machine because you look like a chicken when you do it.
Very true.
But it's just a great way to finish off the shoulders because you can do like a bunch of drop sets on it too.
Mm-hmm.
And really just finishes off that little insertion here right on the lateral delt. 2 or 3 sets, and I just do AMRAP with 3 drop sets. So just like a bunch of drop sets, as many reps as you can, 2 or 3 sets. And then I like to go as high as I can because with this one, the tension goes all the way through the whole motion. Because when you do free weight, if you go all the way to the top, the tension just goes down to your triceps and the shoulder kind of goes out. But with these in the machine, you can go all the way up and the tension's still pulling down on your shoulder. So you can go higher up and get a better flex with this machine, which is another reason why I like it. So that was the workout. Similar to my last 2 videos, like my top 5, favorite exercises. Today we did shoulders, of course. So first we did the military press, and then we did dumbbell lateral raises, cable lateral raises, reverse pec deck, and then the lateral delt machine at the end. But yeah, thanks for watching this point. We're close to 10K, so make sure you subscribe. Also went over the pros and cons of being natural. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of the conversations, that we had about, do you think it's better to be natural? Do you think it's better to be enhanced? Definitely open in the comments for discussion. But yeah, love you guys, and we'll see you in the next video.